I just invested more than $12.5 thousand in one semiconductor company, which is not ASML, even though it decreased by 19% in the beginning of the year, and I believe ASML is undervalued. The company is LAM Research, which is down 18% in the beginning of the year. Today, minus 8%, yesterday, minus 6% or 8% as well. And I will explain you in this video why I picked LAM Research over ASML, even though ASML has a monopoly. ASML seems to be a great company. So we'll focus on the reason why I did this choice, why I picked LAM instead of ASML. If you want a full analysis on those two stocks, you can find it on my YouTube channel. I did a deep dive into LAM Research and into ASML. So the first reason is the premium. The forward PE for ASML is 23.5, while the forward PE for LAM Research is around 15. It's not a big of a difference, but it actually matters because I believe that on the long run, I prefer to buy a company for 15 times their earnings than 23, 24 times their earnings. So yes, ASML is a great company. ASML has a very wide moat, but you pay a premium for it. While in my opinion, you can pay a less premium, even almost zero premium on LAM Research for companies that still have a wide moat as well, and that can be great for the next years. If we compare the performance of LAM Research and ASML for the last 5 years, you have LAM Research who give a little bit of outperformance. If we go for the last 10 years, we'll go here. For the last 10 years, you have also LAM Research doing a little outperformance from ASML, and I believe the reason for this is because you pay them a bit cheaper. Okay, they are cheaper. You have less of a premium on it, so you don't have that much hope for the result, hope for the growth of the company. Here you can actually have something which I believe is really fairly valued and at a great price. The second reason, and just note, both are great companies, okay? I'm not saying you should not buy ASML. I'm just telling you the reason why I pick LAM Research over ASML. As well, for those people who will say it's different business and so on, I agree. They're totally different business, yet they're doing wafers, but they're in a different business. The reason why I picked one over the other one is because I don't want to have in my portfolio two companies which are kind of in the same industry, in the same sector. I prefer to have one because initiating a 2.5% position on LAM Research and a 2.5 position on ASML, like I just prefer to have 5% on only one. The reason number two is I'm a bit afraid of ASML's monopoly. Okay, monopoly generally it's a great news and it's still a great thing. Just for ASML, I'm a bit scared of it. Okay, they have an important and an essential tech with the EUV lithography. Okay, even if they should not be disrupted for the next 10 years. Okay, if it happens, it can be very bad for them in a sense that losing a monopoly could be losing a lot of place on the market. And with all the restrictions that they put on China that cannot really access to EUV lithography, ASML could lose 10% or eventually 20% of revenue if China managed to put a hand on it. Apparently, they have a technology that they should launch in 2026. Again, what China say and what have actually happened is we don't know. The thing is, for now, we believe that they have 10 years protection for this. I'm afraid that it may be a bit less than 10 years. I'm not sure it will be 2025 or 2026, but I have this feeling that they can be disrupted while I don't see LAM Research being disrupted. I see more possibility that ASML will be disrupted than LAM Research because ASML, they have a tech which is so essential that if there is one company needed to be disrupted, it will be them. So I'm aware it's very unlikely, but as I told you, I don't really see this risk for LAM Research. That's why I picked LAM Research over ASML. Reason number three, okay, it's a great capital allocation. So ASML did some buybacks as well. It's great, but LAM Research, they really into it. They do 2.5% buybacks average for the last 5 years. Okay, they should continue to do more. They don't have a lot of stock-based compensation. They have a capex which is kind of low. Okay, it's good. It's under 20%. It's good, especially for a company in this area. They have a great capital allocation with good buyback strategy. Okay, they plan to return for the next years arriving more than 85% of the free cash flow to the shareholder by dividend, by buybacks, by creating value for this. Okay, they had returned almost 99% of free cash flows from 2013 to 2024. Okay, disciplined annual dividend growth. Okay, 6.2 dividend, 21.9 billion stock repurchase. So that's what explains the outperformance from LAM Research for the last 10 years, and they plan to continue this. So you're really happy as a shareholder when you see this, especially that generally they do what they say. Okay, you have companies that put a lot of big plans and so on. For LAM Research, they cannot do what they say, so I believe them in this. Reason number 4, they have great numbers, and this ASML also have great numbers, but LAM Research, some good potential growth. Okay, EPS could grow by 17% for the next 2 to 3 years. Great predictability here. You have some great revenue growth, great EPS growth, great free cash flow growth, and the efficiency, it's amazing. You have operating margin that are getting higher and higher. 10 years ago, it was around 17. Now it's around 29%. So the operating margin are growing. Also, I prefer LAM Research over Applied Material because LAM Research are more focused in etching and depositing than AMAT is a bit everywhere. So for me, they have a technological advantage in LAM Research. Also, they are well known for the client relations that they have, and their service revenue is better than with Applied Materials, so that's why I pick them. For the 5th reason is nobody talks about LAM Research. You can go on Twitter, you can see the trend, you can type LAM Research on Twitter and type ASML on Twitter. You will have way more content about ASML. ASML seems to be such an obvious choice now, seems so obvious that it will be a good buy, that I'm not getting scared of it because yes, it's a great company and I believe now it's a good price to buy it. But nobody talks about LAM Research, and I prefer to go with those kind of underdogs that nobody are talking about them, and I believe they can do something very well. That's why I put it in number 5, because it's not a very important reason, but it's still something that I like about the company when it's not appearing a lot in press. You don't really have a lot of bad press about LAM Research. You don't even have like good press about them. Nobody really talked about them, so it's something that I like. When it comes to value for LAM Research, okay, if we take the last numbers, okay, the last net income and here, let's imagine the net income will grow by 11% per year. You will have 2% buybacks. Okay, they generally do more, but let's say you have 2.2% buybacks, a dividend growth rate of 12%, a P ratio in the future of 20. So the average has been 19, but I believe they can go higher. Let's put 19 like this. Will stay around the average. You will do 16.5% per year without dividend and 17.5% with dividend. Okay, and I feel that I'm pretty conservative with this. Here, for the net income growth rate, we could put like almost 13%. Okay, if the analysts are right, it will be 13% here and around 2.5% here. You will have a cumulative annual growth rate of 20% if you have a P ratio of 19 in 5 years. If you have a P ratio of 20 in 5 years, you will do a 21%. So I believe that the valuation for LAM Research now is really good, and it can represent a very good opportunity. Does it mean investing in ASML is a bad idea? No, they are both amazing companies. I just feel more confident with LAM Research to hold for the next 10 years. Like the goal here is I buy, I don't touch for 10 years, and we'll see in 10 years what it does. And I'm more confident that LAM Research could do better than ASML for the next 10 years and could grow faster as well than ASML. Maybe I'm wrong. We will see. I guess like we'll just see in 5 to 10 years how it will go. But yeah, that's the reason why I picked LAM Research over ASML. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section. If you want to share more about ASML, like feel free to talk about it, or about LAM Research. There is also 2 other companies that are interesting here. It's KLAC Corp. Okay, KLAC is very interesting as well. You can have a look of this company. And of course, AMAT is good. It's more diversified, but those two can be nice as well. But for now, I prefer LAM Research. If you want more information about LAM Research, I have a full analysis in the description. And same for LAM Research, you will find a full analysis on my channel in the description.